Welcome, everyone, to the 7th day of Thotmas. As always, I'm producer Tim, and I have Drex with me. Drex, get right into it. What do you got for us on the 7th day of Thotmas?
This 7th day, we're going to go back to 2017 / late 2016. And the story I have for you today needs a little bit of context because there's a lot of lessons to be learned in this 7th edition of Thotmas. So let me give you guys a little backstory. There's a friend of mine that I'm really close to, female. We've known each other for well over a decade, right? Everything is cool. We've never even had so much as a legitimate argument because I don't have arguments and fussing and fighting with anybody, man or woman. Well, here's what ends up happening, y'all. On Facebook, there are many different avenues and places that you can go. She started an interracial Facebook hookup page. There's like a groups tag that you can start whatever kind of group. Black men travel, white women looking for BBC, whatever it is. White guys looking with yellow fever. Whatever group you want to start, you can start it. Well, my friend started or co-started this group, and she's doing her thing. And one day, she tells me, "Hey, there's this girl you gotta meet. She's really cool. I talked to her. Everything is great, right?" I'm thinking, "Oh, okay. Well, hey, send her my way." And I'm thinking everything is on the up and up, or so I thought, because with women, nothing's on the up and up. Well, what ends up happening, y'all? She gives me the information, and because she's a woman, she got basic details wrong. So, what basic detail did she get wrong? She got the location wrong. I thought this woman was in about southern / central Minnesota, right? Turns out she's all the way in Phoenix, Arizona. Small detail, right? Small detail that you got someone wrong by 1,400 miles, right?
No, I could see it. I could see thinking that Minnesota and Phoenix are right beside each other. I mean,
Right
how
beside.
hot does Minnesota get in the summer, right? 70 degrees? Yeah, that's about how hot the desert gets.
Right? So imagine, guys, imagine being me. You get, I think if I recall, I got a couple of pictures of her. I said, "Okay, what's up?" And so we had talked very briefly, and I was kind of like, "Oh yeah, so you're down in this particular minute. I believe the city was Mankato that I believe she was in." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm just kind of like, "Well, what do you mean? What am I talking about? You live in Mankato, right?" She's like, "No, I live in Phoenix." And I just remember thinking unfucking believable. How could you get this wrong? But because I'm me, I figured, who cares, right? Mankato, Phoenix, it all means the same to me. So we get to talking. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. No problems. I even talk to my friend while I'm talking to her. There are no problems, you guys. None. And there's going to be a lot of guys that can relate to this story. So everything is going on the up and up. And I make arrangements to go down to visit her in Phoenix. No big deal, right? You started the interracial Facebook hookup page. You introduced me to this woman. You gave me her number. You gave me her pictures. I took it from there. Ladies, gentlemen, just when you thought shit couldn't get any more fucked up, I end up going to visit this woman. And back home on the mainland, back in Minnesota, I get a call while I'm on vacation visiting this woman that my own friend set me up with. And she leaves me a voice message because I had no interest in picking up this phone call while I'm on vacation, smashing this broad, right? And you guys won't even believe the bullshit that was on this message. That's why I have to play it for you so you can get the full breadth of what it is I'm saying. And without further ado, here is the actual voice message dated February 3rd, 2017 at 12:03 p.m. Here goes.
So this is how it's going to be, huh? Over some fucking bitch. This is what it's come down to. It's all these fucking years of our friendship, and you're going to fucking sit here and fucking get into this shit with this fucking bitch. A shady ass bitch. Thanks a lot.
So yeah.
My reaction to that, I mean, if you say fucking that many times in a sentence, you should just like spontaneously combust or something.
You should, unless you're actually getting fucked. And here's what makes this so ridiculous. And this is the reason why, like, a lot of guys, I'm sure, out there who have been in the field can relate. How do you set someone up? Okay, you can't set your friend up with somebody. They're cool with the person and say, oh, hey, I'm going to go visit them. And they say, oh, yeah, that's fine. But then once it's time to go visit, now they're mad. And then so what women do is they're going to use, female nature is universal. It doesn't matter white, black, whatever. What they're going to do is they're going to try to emotionally manipulate you with shaming tactics, which is what she tried to do, shame and guilt, to try to curtail your behavior. It didn't stop me from going down to Phoenix to smash, because it wouldn't, because I'm fucking me. You understand? But it caused this big rift for no reason. Now, that is just the backstory. And one of the things that you guys need to understand is that I'm just giving the backstory to let you know where she comes from. You guys know where I come from. So you understand where the woman I went to go see came from, out in Phoenix. So what I decided to do on this episode of Thotmas is let you guys know there's some lessons to be learned about the women out there and the games they play, both positive and negative, and how it affects intergender relationships. Because this woman, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little story before I get into reading the text messages. And I looked long and hard. I know that's a horrible word choice. I looked long and hard for the other message she sent me when she and her friend, because she and her best girlfriend are fully bi, and they hook up with dudes because, you know, that's what women do. And they hooked up with brothers, and I don't mean just black. I mean as in actual blood brothers, as in, you know, siblings. And these guys were married because, of course, they're married, right? They're always married. And the reason why this is special is because I wanted to touch on, yet again, what Mr. Peacock and I said to you guys, which is the easiest women to smash in 2020 or help 2017 is a married woman. Well, newsflash, because I got to be fair about this. You guys know I'm only going to give you facts. The same is true from the opposite direction. Single men do not have it the easiest. It's the married man. Chris Rock, shout out to him, when he talked about when he first got married, that women were coming at him, approaching him in every kind of way. Like, well, hi, Chris. Yeah, me and Susie are having a dick sucking contest, and we want you to be the judge. And he's like, I never got this call when I was single, but once you get married, for those of you guys who don't know, leave in the comment section if you have seen this or experienced it firsthand, whether it be a friend of yours or you yourself. When you were single, you had X amount of options. But once you put that ring on your finger and started walking around, you got more attention and more offers from women. This is because you are pre-selected.
Wait a second. Does that mean, like, no one checks your marriage license when you wear the ring? Could you just go to a store, buy a wedding band for like $200, $300 and just wear it to the bar?
Yep. Oh, and you gotta remember though, you have to make sure that you take a picture, even with some kids. Like, okay, let's say you know a single mom who's attractive, right? I know this sounds messed up, but I gotta say it because I'm me. If you're one of those guys who can't get laid as easily, and you're like, well, Drex, what do I do? Always remember, first things first, work out and take a bath, right? Have a good body, take a bath. Next, you don't need to be the guy with the most game. You just need to have the correct game. Take a picture with the most attractive single mom you know. And take a picture with her and her kid. And then that's going to be your stand-in for your wife. Make sure that her hand's not there so that they can't see that she doesn't have a wedding ring on, right? But make sure you got your wedding band on. And take that picture. So when you show random thought at the bar or wherever you meet her at, like, yeah, you know, it's nice. This is us. This is the family. I'm happily married. Always say you're happily married because that's what women want to hear. but then just say, I do miss X, Y, and Z. And that's when these turbo thoughts who are running the streets right now, these streetwalkers, are going to go ahead and get your dick wet, okay? Because they have to believe that you are pre-selected, but they have to also believe that your wife is attractive. So don't go get a fat, ugly chick and pretend that that's your wife. It has to be someone who is at least decently attractive. Women love pre-selected men. This is a fact. This is biology, okay? This ties into their hypergamy. Women want what other women desire. So if you walk around saying, I'm just a single guy, I don't have any women, they don't want you. But if you're a guy who has lots of hoes, or you're a guy who's married, you will always get more female attention and offers for sex. So back to the first part of the story of this woman with these brothers. She and her best friend, her BFF, hook up with these dudes who were at I want to say they were at a bar. I don't think they were at a club. They were at a bar. This is back in obviously 2017 or 18. And they hook up, threesomes, whatever, that would have been a foursome, doing the most. I got the videos, doing the most. And good for them. But this part of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is going to tie into the next part. Same woman, same BFF. You guys are about to see what happens. And this is, like I said, this is actually kind of more so from the woman's perspective. This is what happens when men aren't getting what they need at home. They are going to find women like this that they can go ahead and get their dick wet with. So after all that happened, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the real of what goes down next. And without further ado, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and read this straight from the top. This is her. Good morning. I could never live without dick. And then this is me. Just giving you shit, sucker. Her. I know, Poppy. We had a really fun night. I almost had a third guy when I got home, too. The dude from a couple nights ago was trying to slide through at 3 a.m. Me. Laugh my fucking ass off. That's classic. You go, girl. Her. I have mad respect and couldn't. We're not gonna judge here, y'all. This is the no judge zone. Mad respect. Keep that in mind. Tim, you better stop that low laugh. I heard that. I got mad respect. I got morals. I can't do that. Stop. You better stop. So, moving along. Moving along. This is me. Wait, I thought you meant while you were with the other two, have a fivesome. Her. Oh, no, we left the other two and 2 a.m. Must have been at 2 a.m. And then I put, gotcha. I read that wrong. Her. My friend, we know who, BFF. No, this is actually, no, her male friend. Her male friend and his boy, blank, was with them. Married, 20 years. Lives in Oklahoma. We turned him out. He got all snuggly with me. LOL. Me. Laugh my fucking ass off. Of course he is. Probably to a black chick who doesn't put out, huh? Her response. I didn't ask her race, but I'll assume. Says he's lucky if he gets it once a week. I could tell the way he was holding me. He really misses a woman's touch. Let me just stop briefly right here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know this, Tim, and everyone in the audience. Robin Williams once said, being the loneliest is not being alone. It's being with someone and feeling like you're alone, right? That's the loneliest feeling in the world. These people who are in marriages, men or women, like I said, it doesn't matter to me, men or women. If you are married and you aren't getting sex and you miss a woman's touch, how do you miss a woman's touch when you're married? Right? Don't you sleep with your wife? News fucking flash. A lot of people are just roommates out here. People, okay? They aren't having sex. They aren't cuddling at night. They aren't rubbing each other. They aren't doing shit, okay? I want you to understand that. Because that's why, and they've done studies on this, the reason why men and women cheat. What are they not getting at home? So, let's move on along. after she says that he really misses a woman's touch. My response, what a fucking cuck. Shaking my head. That's marriage and why I'll never do it. This is her, y'all. Stop it. Don't be mean. Not everyone can be Drex. Kept telling me he couldn't believe how soft my skin was and I smelled so good. This is me. You better not say nothing.
Oh,
you better not say nothing, Tim. You know you better not say nothing tonight. So my response, y'all. Yep. He's married to a black witch. Their hygiene is terrible 80% of the time. Her, I figured. Let me just push pause right here and address this issue. On Ricada Law, I have talked about this topic. Black women's hygiene is fucking terrible, okay? Especially vaginal hygiene. So when this man was telling my homegirl that he misses soft skin, a lot of these black chicks are ashy, right? They don't moisturize properly. Their skin is fucking hard and scaly. And also, they don't take proper hygienic processes, right? They don't. And a lot of times these burnt up ass weeds smell like fucking hot ass and corn chips. You understand? These broads smell horrible. I'm tired of people trying to make, like, don't get me wrong. Now, will black women know a thing or two about perfume? Of course they will. It's materialism. They believe in Mammon. So they will go ahead and spray all this high-priced perfume on, similar to a dumb jock. Y'all ever wonder, you ever notice how a dumb jock will smell like, he played hockey for 3 games straight, and then rather than going to take a shower and, clean up his hockey gear, he'll just spray on cologne or Axe. And it's like, bro, you smell terrible, right?
You smell like someone shit in a pine tree.
Right? Yeah, right? And you're like, dude, you would have been better off just not putting anything on, right? Just thinking. So that's what ends up happening a lot of times. And this is the beauty of this conversation I had. It exposes the farce of the modern marriage, or I should say marriage period, because most married couples don't actually have sex after X amount of time. This has actually been proven with endless studies, how much the sex and companionship and all the good things disintegrate over time. Her response, after she talked about the skin smelling good, and I said, they're 80% of the time they smell bad. And she said, I figured. I put laughing my fucking ass off. It's true. You can tell by body language that he's married to a black chick, just like those brothers you had. So yeah, this is me referring to the brothers that she had earlier that year. She puts in her response, I figured she was black too, because he was in heaven getting his dick sucked. Hey, Tim, have you ever heard that black women don't suck dick? Have you ever heard that?
No, I haven't, but there's not a lot of them up here.
Yeah, I know. You're in Canada, so yeah, you won't know. So let me just give you a little backstory. Now, I am a proud unpaid sponsor of Ghetto Gaggers, right?
Yeah, let's change that. Ghetto Gaggers, hit us up.
Hit us up. Ghetto Gaggers, hit us up, man. And here's the thing. Black women, because they worship the white man above God Almighty himself, will get on their knees and get skull fucked by white men and puked on and spit on and slapped and everything else, right? And I'm okay with that. Do what you want. It's a free country. But see, for black men, I ain't sucking your dick. You better get your mama to suck your dick, negro. They have a very combative attitude about sucking dick. Okay? And that's the reason why you'll hear a lot of black men say, well, I better start dating out, because if black women aren't giving me what I want, you read it, you heard it here, folks. What does he not get, Tim? Let's do a recap. This black man was not getting affection, touching, cuddling, good hygiene, and getting his dick. So he basically got nothing, right? So he's in a marriage where he gets nothing. Thus, he sought out a woman to fulfill his needs. The women who fulfill black married men's needs the most are single white women. This is a fact, okay? So let's move along. She put her best friend, her BFF, has a good video of me. This is her. BFF has a good video of me riding the guy. It's up close from the back. And then I put, stop it. I'm at the gym and can't keep LOL, laughing out loud. So she puts LOL. And I say, all men need to cancel Black American females permanently. You understand? She put, BFF didn't come, so I did feel bad. She just takes a long time. Then I sent a picture that a buddy of mine, who's part of the Smash Bros, sent of a white woman on her knees in a submissive position with a leash and collar. And then she puts, oh, and she saw your comment over my shoulder. And then I said, you think Black chicks have a single kink bone in their body? Hint, fuck no. Her, LOL, you wouldn't pass, but she just might. She was like, what does that mean? And then I put, ha, rub those brains together. She puts, then she said, oh, probably because I'm taller, I look more masculine. Her friend is very tall. She's like 6 foot tall. And I said, she's a much more attractive Rebecca Lobo. Basketball girls are usually dyke, but crave alpha dick on the low. And then she said, she'll Google her. That's the end of that conversation. But the reason why this is such an important story in Thotmas is to show the duality of what's going on in the marriage market, in the relationship market, which is these women are out here hunting. And even when they're not hunting, they still find what they want because married men will let them know in so many ways, I'm available. And then the single women let the married men know, hey, I'm willing. So one side has to be available. One side has to be willing and vice versa, which is what I said with Mr. Peacock. The easiest chick to smash is a married woman. On the flip side, the easiest guy to get in bed for a single girl is a married man because there's less hangups. I mean, think about it. It's hard to get clingy when you're married. Hard to get a lot of things when you're married. Hard to get, show up at someone's house, show up at someone's job because they're married. So both sides get what they want. She wants the D, he wants the P. Fair trade, right? They're not spending money. They're not going taking these girls on movies. This is what I keep telling you guys. Do not simp for these hoes. I'm not here to talk about morality and ethics and all this stuff. I'm here to go like this. If someone asks me what's the easiest way to smash, I say go get married chicks. Absolutely. Easiest badge you can find. So that is really the lesson, is that they're always lurking and searching and looking to get what they need, their needs fulfilled. Women are just as sexual, if not more sexual than men. Don't believe any of these stories about, it's the male sex drive because of the levels of testosterone. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not true. These women are out here lurking. A lot of these dudes can't keep up, and that's why these chicks always want what do they want, Tim? What kind of sexual depravity do most of these women want? Do they want one man or multiple?
Multiple. They want everything.
Everything. Now, let me ask you this, Tim. When it comes to men, are men out here in the streets talking about, I want 7 women at a time? Yes or no?
No.
What are most men out there saying they're looking for?
Swedish twins.
Yeah, at best, but 1 or 2 women, right? But
yeah.
You don't hear men walking around saying, I want 5, 6, 7. I lost track of how many it was. See? These women are the ones who are insatiable. So when they say men only think about one thing, it's quite the opposite, gentlemen. It's the women out here thinking about smashing. Because why? What they seek sex for is different than what we do. They seek sex for one of 2 things. It is for validation, or it is for something that is transactional, which is, of course, to get your money, get in your pockets. Use the child support system, use alimony, whatever. Whatever it is they're trying to do, they're trying to get something from you, hence Me Too. So that concludes the 7th episode of Thotmas. And also, let me just say this before we conclude. That message earlier, if you guys have been gaslit like I was in that message about shaming tactics, women hooking you up, they're women out here doing all kinds of things, but they want to control your sexuality, what you're doing with certain women. Put it in the comment section, man. Let us know. Tell your stories. I love hearing you guys' stories in the comment section. I've looked at some of the Thotmas series and seen some of these stories. These stories are great, man. So share it with your friends and let guys know to tell their stories, man. And when we start the call-in shows, we're gonna have our own. You guys just call in and explain whatever your Thotmas story is. And so it'll be a Thotmas year round, man. It's gonna be 365 days of Thotmas. Because these hoes ain't giving up. I don't know if you
Every day is Thotmas.
Every day. Look, I'll tell you right now, Tim. when it comes to Thotten, the Thought Union has never gone on strike. You understand? Never.
Oh.
These hoes don't go on strike for any reason. Rain, snow, sleet, hail, fucking tsunami, a crashed economy, a recession, a depression. They're always getting them crab legs busted wide open. You understand? They're popping that pee, like Tommy Lawrence said, right? Yeah. They've been ran through. So accept it. That's all I'm telling you guys to do, man. Accept the reality that I'm telling you, because this is the truth. What Hollywood tells you is not true. Okay? What your mommy and daddy told you, that's not true. They're talking about some bygone era. I'm telling you what's going on right here, right now. This is how these women are. This is how these dudes are. A lot of people who are in relationships, married or not, are miserable, aren't getting sex, and miss basic intergender companionship and compatibility. So that's all we got for episode 7.
All right. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. Be sure to check out the 6th day of Thotmas coming out tomorrow. Until then, stay frosty, everyone.
Have a good one, y'all.